This is old-time Broadway at its best.
I think it's going to be exciting and fun for audiences to see. It's going to be a hot ticket.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Tony Award winners Audra McDonald and Danny Burstein are about to return to Broadway in director George C. Wolfe's new production of the iconic musical Gypsy. And we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company.
You know, I must have read the script 500 times when I first found out that it was going to happen, that I was going to be able to play the role and the show was going to happen. And I think the first thing I had to do was sort of, if you're going to play any role, you have to become their advocate. You have to become their defender. You have to be able to walk through the show and do the things that the character does and fully defend them. Yeah. And so for me, it's been a process of taking away the judgment that I had. Yeah. The judgment that I was passing on Mama Rose for the things that she does, and now I don't see her as a monster. She's not a monster. I don't think so at all. I think she was living in a very specific era. She was a single mother of 2 girls with ambition and passion and desire and love for her children. No matter how you think she portrayed that love or showed that love or gave that love, that is what she's fueled by. And so I have a great amount of respect and empathy for her now that I didn't have before. I like to say I've moved from the prosecutor's table definitely to the defense table for her.
I'm absolutely thrilled. It is my 20th Broadway show, and after Pictures from Home, about a year and a half ago with Nathan Lane and Zoe Wanamaker, I'd gotten several offers to do other Broadway shows, and I was just waiting for the right one to be my 20th. And this came along, and I thought, oh yeah, absolutely. It's such an incredible show. Sondheim himself told me that it was one of the best shows ever written. Now, if he says that, you can take his word for it.
I still, at times, can't believe it's happening. Especially, you say, back on Broadway. Last week to do 2 shows in 1 year, especially these 2 shows. It's pinch me, I'm dreaming. I feel so lucky.
What's it been like living in the world of Gypsy so far?
We've laughed a lot. I'm learning so much from between Audra and Danny to the kids that are playing the younger versions of us. There is something to take and to hold so tight from everybody around you. And it's just getting into a new skin. It's fun, it's weird, it's uncomfortable and freeing, and I'm really excited to keep doing it.
Okay, tell me what it's like so far living in the world of George C. Wolfe's Gypsy.
George is so hilarious, and he brings such passion, and he's also so much himself in the room that it invites us to sort of let go of any kind of armor we had coming in, of the intimidation of the name of the show and its history. But we immediately started whittling. There's no broad brushstrokes. We're getting into the nitty-gritty immediately, so it's been challenging and exciting.
Oh, working with George C. Wolfe and Camille A. Brown it's a blessing that I can not, I think for the rest of my life, I'm going to really just love this process because they're so open and the freedom that they're asking us to deliver on. A lot of the times you don't feel comfortable. These rooms can feel so tense and stressful, but this room has felt nothing but freedom and fun. George is a hoot. He's a little goofball, but we get so much done, and they're really crafting the role around me and my heart and my soul. A lot of the times it's like, you do this, and but we're departing, but keeping homage and honor to the original choreography. So Camille's, really molding it to my body, and I think it's going to be exciting and fun for audiences to see. It's going to be a hot ticket.
Oh my gosh, it's a role of a lifetime and a production of, definitely of a lifetime, but of the decade, I think, it's just to be in this room with this material, dreams.
George Wolfe, obviously genius. When I met him, I was so afraid because living legend, but you realize that he's just the warmest, most amazing person. And his take on this is so new and fresh. It's been amazing. It was so frightening the first day, but it's been unlike anything else that I've ever done.
What I really love about the room George and Camille have created in our rehearsal room, it's a huge company. It's 39 in the acting company. And everyone sits in that room and they are focused. And we are on the edge of our seats watching other people work, absorbing, supporting. And when it's our turn, we're getting up like, yeah, let me at them. Put me in, coach, put me in. And they've created a space full of so much respect and exploration and humor that we really feel like we can dig into this story and acknowledge what has come before, but really find out what's new for today.
I mean, this is the first time that I didn't know previously, but this is the first time that new choreography is being done on the show. So the fact that I can contribute through my lens, it's very different than Hell's Kitchen, what happens to be on the same block as Gypsy now. So hopefully people see that it's still just like Hell's Kitchen. It stays within the time, but hopefully you see my movement language. This is the same thing, stays within the time, but hopefully you see Camille's movement language.
Well, it's been fun. I mean, it's just it's so interesting. So many of the conventions, a number of the numbers were in one numbers because of the technology. And so the technology frees that up. So it's been fun to think about why things were there in the first place, and it's been fun to think about, that why Little Lamb survived and other things didn't, and just examining and finding out that that A Rose's Turn was going to be a ballet, and Robbins read out of town, so he and Sondheim got together in the rooftop garden at the New Amsterdam and created Rose's Turn. It's just been fun digging into the history of it and seeing where it came from and studying it and doing an archival thing so that you can make it present. Studying the past so we could be very present.